Hi everyone. Microsoft Fabric Lakehouse. What is Lakehouse? Why we need to go for it? How to create Lakehouse in Fabric, Microsoft Fabric, and how to store data into Lakehouse and different formats involved in Lakehouse. Let's get started with the basic introduction towards Lakehouse. In our practical training sessions, we have more to discuss. In this short session, let's understand the intro of Lakehouse. And this is Sai Fanindra from SQL School, assuring complete practical, corporate, individual, live online, and in-house training sessions in India, US, Canada, and UAE. Very recently, we back good offers in UAE and lot more countries for more than 18 years. Let's get started into what is Lakehouse, why we need it. Come on, here we go. For example, again, the target audience for this wonderful short trip, short session would be the Fabric users or the participants who are looking towards Fabric, Microsoft Fabric. Come on, let's get started. Let's understand what is Lakehouse from scratch. You log into your Fabric warehouse or Fabric workspace and you go to more options. You go to more options and you see data engineering category Lakehouse. This one to store big data. We clean the data, we query the data, we report and analyze and share the data. I simply click here, click on this particular box. It will ask you for the Lakehouse name. Let me say SQL School or Lakehouse. And it already exists. I'll say a demo. Click create. Click create. Once I click create, boom, we get one nice interface. Thanks to Microsoft, firstly, to give us a great interface, a nice look and feel, and good amount of options for us to deal with two important data storage platforms. Lakehouse is equal to tables, table store, and files, file store. Yes, this should remind us about traditional data lake storage Gen 1 or recent Databricks file system. Even there we have the same concept, tables and files. Come on, let's get started now. What is Lakehouse and the Fabric Lakehouse and why we need it? Lakehouse is a storage component. Flexible, cost-effective data lake activities. Faster, more secure than ADLS, ADLS Gen 2. And faster, more secure and cheaper than Synapse SQL pool. Let me tell you. Yes, we verified it's comparatively very cheaper. Lakehouse combines data lake and data warehouse components clubbed together. The main advantage of Lakehouse, of course, cost effective, easy usage. We enjoy relaxing and performing Lakehouse activities, file activities, table activities, transformations, pipelines, notebooks, what and what not. Anything, everything. As a data engineer, you can happily work with Lakehouse end-to-end solutions, right from files to tables, and in between you have pipelines and notebooks. End-to-end BI component Lakehouse. So what we can do using Lakehouse interface? Yes, we have data pipelines, data flow gen 2 activities. What is this? Yes, data flow is for ETL. The next generation ETL is what data flow gen 2 is. We have it here. And event streams, live data streams, IoT, and shortcuts. Shortcuts are like bookmarks in a SQL database. In a regular SQL database, you have synonyms, right? Synonyms, bookmarks, synonyms like a one part or two part, three part, four part naming convention synonyms. Similar to synonyms in SQL database, Microsoft SQL database, here we have shortcuts. In this short session now, let's understand how to create a lake house. Firstly, we log into the Fabric warehouse, say Fabric workspace, and go to new lake house. Okay, or go to the Fabric workspace. Go to Fabric workspace and get into the engineering lake house. Specify any name. We just did that and we got one SQL School demo name. What next? How to use it? Yes, we can go to that one lake user interface, one lake GUI, and simply upload the file. Simply go to file upload. Here we go. Get into the Lakehouse interface. Go to files. Initially, we don't have any files. What we do then? Here we go. Click on get data, just like our Power BI interface. Click on get data, upload files. And for example, I upload one particular file, say from our local computer, a specific file. For example, something like a sales data file. Just upload it. Click on upload. It's as if like uploading to your regular storage account or data lake in Azure. Similar to that. And of course, we have good amount of other options as well. We are having the basic introduction here. What is Lakehouse? Yes, your file got uploaded. Click on the files. And here is your uploaded file. Not only that, using this file, we can process it. We can define pipelines. We can define notebooks. And finally, we can end up with one table. Here is a table. Now, how to get a new table? Click on new notebook. Click on new notebook. Here it is. Click on new notebook. And just like our regular Synapse notebooks or Databricks notebooks, okay, something like that, similar to Synapse notebooks or even Databricks notebooks, we have PySpark interface. Here you see the environment, default environment, workspace default. And this is actually, as per Microsoft, this is an interface where we can have AI, artificial intelligence components, AI components using Microsoft Copilot. Now, what I do here? Yes, inside this notebook, let's create a small table because we understood the fact Lakehouse can store files, Lakehouse can store tables. Let's create a small table here. For example, I'll take a product table. I'll take some product table. Create table name with product key, product name, class, color, etc. And I would like to get this in an SQL format, say Spark SQL, like this. Spark SQL. Now, this is our table, right? Create table, table name. And just like any other notebook execution context, just like any other notebook execution context, you simply run the code, control enter. Simply run the code with control enter. And here you go. I did minor modification because the Spark SQL script. Better to give string instead of varchar. Int or integer, anything is same. Anything is same, okay? And next. Okay, we created the table. What next? Insert data. How? Hover the mouse over here, okay? Usually in our Databricks workspace and Synapse Studio, we would be having a similar interface as well. Minor modifications if you observe it carefully. Insert into table name values, and we are into Spark SQL. This is a place where we can change the execution language, right? This one. Remember, whenever we start the session, whenever I go to the Lakehouse interface and new notebook, a new session starts, new Spark cluster starts automatically. We have the complete details of the Spark cluster in this log. I request you to have a look at the log as well. You may compare the log from Databricks, Synapse Analytics, and the log in Lakehouse for more information. And you insert the data. You insert the regular data. So here we go. Insert data and report it. Something like this. So what we are learning in this short session, we understood what is Lakehouse, Fabric Lakehouse. Fabric Lakehouse is mainly for the purpose of storage, file storage, as well as table storage, right? And next, we learned how to interact with this Lakehouse at the start level, basic level, creating files, uploading files, and even creating notebooks using Spark SQL. In our actual curriculum, we have in pipeline the next items. It's all about PySpark notebooks, Scala notebooks, customizing the tables, delta tables, hive tables, and lot of activities as well. And whatever notebook you define, you can happily download it just like any other Synapse or Databricks environment. Nothing special. We can do it like this. Once you are done, once you are done with your operations, make sure you stop the session. This is important. Once you stop the session, the underlying Spark cluster will be stopped automatically. Okay, and we are done. Once we are done, make sure here it is session stopped. Okay, make sure we verify it. Session stopped. And once the session stopped, we can have data wrangling activities or report activities and so on. A lot of activities we can do from here in Fabric. So in one way, Fabric is the next generation AI based data analytics platform, AI based data engineering platform, and AI based data science platform. With this information, we'll stop now, and more content, more curriculum, more technical, practical activities in our classes to come. Thank you so much. See you soon. Have a nice time. Thank you once again. And you may contact me on my number or through my LinkedIn or email, or you may look into our website for more technical articles and more technical courses, the schedules, etc. See you there in our next video. Thank you so much. Have a nice time. Thank you.